Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I wanted to make sure I can always take it out, but this is the right page here. This is the right page. Okay.
No.
Hello, hello, hello. Starlene, can you hear me tonight?
Yes.
Close that
Close what, Gilbert?
Facebook.
There. Just 1 second. I'll be sure I got this right.
You just want me in the picture, don't you?
Yes, I'd love to have you near me.
There you go.
Okay. Starlene, are you all right, honey?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I
I'm
understand.
great.
I understand. I really understand.
Wow, wow, wow. My whole being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's nothing but the spirit. That's Jesus Christ right there. He allowing my angels to sit with me.
And it's so nice to know that they're with you. You know, it's just so nice. And I could feel what you were going through. And I understand it. Okay.
Wow.
So, I want to say thank you for coming on the show and accepting my invitation. And I'm honored to have you here tonight. I've heard so many good, fantastic things about Starlene Bay, and I'm just glad you're here tonight. Okay.
So happy to
Yeah,
be here.
yeah,
Girl.
yeah. And you're busy. You're just as busy as a bee. Every time I talk to you, you're going from the studio home, you're going here and there. How do you fit all that into one day, Starlene?
I don't know. We only have 24 hours in a day, but it's what you do with those 24 hours. I feel like I'm using them all and I'm awake for almost 24 hours.
I know, I know. The studio takes a lot of time, and it takes so much of your energy. So, what does an average day? What does it look like for you?
Well, it depends on what's going on. Just prepping, for a show, going back and forth into the studio, trying to prep for the studio is very different. Um, when you're going in to do your own song, um, rather than doing a cover tune is very, very different.
Hmm.
And
So,
so the day gets it gets extra because you're listening, you're preparing, then you're driving. I'm like, my car has become my office, you know. I'm like, all right, this is what I got to make some calls while I'm driving. So it's been really, 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 it's been busy. I didn't even realize how busy, until other people were saying, you're moving a lot. And I'm like, I feel like I'm sitting still, with the pandemic, you just feel like you're not doing anything.
yes, yes.
And it just became a point you know, when March hit, I was on my way to London. Um, couldn't wait to get there for our big ladies weekend. It was the big 25th anniversary. So I was excited. And then, my girlfriend said something's going on, in London. She was like, I don't know. She's like, maybe we better, wait a couple days, just see what what's happening. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. And I figured I would, just leave with Norman and them because Norman and Jean Carn and all of them were going over to London also.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then the pandemic hit, and it's like, okay, wait, I'm stuck. I can't go. I can't what? So that's really how my song came about. I was just like, really, I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere. I just came in the kitchen. I'm just looking out the window, like, really, really, God, like,
Hmm.
dang, and I just was feeling sad, So I that's when I wrote, I'm feeling blasé, and I just started singing. And really that helped me get through.
Yeah.
You never know the things that help you make it through, you know, and God gave me that song, and singing it helped me be better. I didn't know I was going to be, you know, recording it now, but yippee, right?
And see what happens, you know, he just stopped us.
He
He stopped
in our
us,
tracks.
okay? So when he stopped us, he gave us enough strength and
Yes.
knowledge to do something great during this time. Although
Yeah.
we couldn't do what we were accustomed to do and what we wanted to do, we did accomplish a lot. Okay.
Exactly, because he made us stop, but he made us look inside.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We were, everything is outside, outside pleasure, outside that, you know, our lives were so busy, you know, that we weren't even caring about people, neighbors, you know, everything was
That's
what
right.
we got to do. And we were just in do mode. But when he stopped us and we had to stay still, you really had to look inside, you know, and realize, you know, you started not thinking with your brain anymore and thinking with your heart. You know what I mean? Because your heart is your passion, and that's what you really want to be doing. You know, so that job might not have been that job. You figure now it's like, well, I don't need that. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I don't want to live that anymore. You know, so it was just a time to reconcile with yourself,
Mhm.
you know, and reach out to your family members. And did you notice that people stopped texting and you started getting phone calls again? You
Yeah.
know, you need to hear somebody's spirit, you know, when they're calling you. So, you know, if they're happy, they're sad, or whatever, that text, you can take it so many ways. So I was able to breathe
Okay.
because he gave me songs.
Yes, yes. And one other thing about the this whole time of resting for us, it was as if, you know, sometimes the phone would get on my nerves so bad, it just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing. And then it just stopped because everybody was so afraid and everything. They didn't know what to do. So when the phone rang again, first thing they would say is, I miss you, you know, because you couldn't get a chance to see anybody or talk to anybody. Or, I miss you. What are you doing? You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I thank God for that time that we had to rest. It gave us more gifts. He gave us
Mm-hmm.
more gifts, you know.
Yes.
And so here you come out with a new single. Is that what's happening now?
Yes, yes. And it's so funny that you said I miss you, because that's one of the other portions of my song that was like needed to be said. It's like, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, I do. Because we
Mm,
were, you know, we were missing our family, we were missing our friends, we were missing our lives, we were missing so many things. Um, and then just the heart of the matter, you
yeah.
know, so when that came to me too, I'm like, okay, you know, so I'm just going to write this down and do it. You know, it's like sometimes there's nothing to it but to do it. And yeah, that's what happened, you know, for me in that time frame. You know, I was able to talk to a lot of folks that I hadn't talked to in a long time. You
Yeah.
know, so we did a lot of reconnecting, and that was also very, very good. But you know, not being able to play, not being able to
I know.
go to, you know, the venues, and you know, we don't realize how, as artists, we need to sing and play. You know, it encompasses like every emotion. You know what I mean? Like whether we're happy or sad or pissed off or, you know, whatever the situation is, we can sing through it, you know, and play through it. You know what I mean? You get all of your emotions out. So not having that out, not having that ability to just get all of that out, it's like, okay, so then what? You know?
What do we do?
So
What
what
do
do
we?
you do?
But you know, now, Starlene, coming. You were here. Were you born here or you were raised in South Philadelphia? Let's start.
Girl, yes, I'm a South Philly girl. Yes, Hunty, let's all my South Philly family. Hey, y'all. Yes, I'm like, yes, born and raised Catholic school girl. You know, I played in the orchestra, so I'm a viola player. Was a viola player in the
How did
first
that
chair.
come about? How did that, did you go to school for that or what? How did that
Yeah,
develop?
well, like I said, I was a Catholic school girl, and you know, I absolutely love music.
Yeah.
My mom said I came out that way, uh, but my earliest memory is, you know, my kindergarten graduation. You know, I remember that, and I remember this picture that my mom had with me in my little white dress. But I remember my kindergarten teacher asking me what did I want to do for graduation. And I said, I want to sing. And she said, you want to sing? And she let me sing by myself. Like all the other kids had little skits and stuff, but she let me sing. And I did. I sang Me and My Teddy Bear. Me and my teddy bear have no wonder, have no fear. Me and my teddy bear just play and play all day. How do I still remember that song?
That was one of your favorite songs. That's how you.
I like, and I actually taught that song to the kids, and you know, we had a little jam session with it. So it keeps reoccurring, but it's amazing to me that I can still remember it.
And you came from a musical family, right?
Yes, my uncle, Starlene Bey, is a singer. Him and my dad was a baritone, deep voice, right? Booming voice. And my uncle is a tenor, that soft, smooth crooner. And then, you know, and their best friend, Sam, they used to sing like crazy. I mean, their harmony was something that you just don't hear today. It was so tight. It was like they were triplets. It was just beautiful. And so, you know, my uncle had more of an impact on me, you know, growing up. And so I would always sing, you know, very high, the melody. And then, you know, as I became a teenager, my dad was like, yo, you've been going to Catholic school, you need to sing gospel. You need to go see gospel. I'm like, okay. And he said, and when you go, sing alto. And I'm like, what? Like, why? He said, you'll find out. And it's so funny because I actually did what he said, and found it was so, you know, the church was so different. And I love you know, that the pastor had a message, which was very different from Catholic church, and that, you know, how they sang. So I really loved it. And I'm like, and I did sing alto, and I found out that I really loved the alto coloring of music, you know, not just singing the melody, you know, all the time, just adding that color. So that's where my strength came from. You know, that's where my strength and my heart, I fell in love with music even more when I started doing gospel.
Well, gospel it gives us a message. It also
Mm-hmm.
gives us a feeling. I mean, all music gives us a message, but it's the kind of it's the kind of message you're looking for. You know, each type of music has a different message for you. If you're in love and you're singing love songs, you know, you get the message. If it's gospel spiritual, you get the message. But gospel music, I think all of it uh came from gospel music, because back in my mom and dad days, that's all we heard was gospel music. But we took those chords that they play, that the C and the, you know, the three chords, C, A, and F and P, and we took those same chords and we came up with love songs and R&B songs. You know, but it all has a message. And you have such a fantastic voice, you know.
Aww.
Now you sing, do you just sing jazz, or do you venture out and sing a little of everything?
Well, that was one of my biggest things because I, you know, grew up in a household with a lot of music, you know, everything. all of the Motown stuff. My mom played music like crazy. So that's why I know a lot of old songs, because my mom played music all night. So I literally learned songs in my sleep, because she would wake me up with her friends, like, come downstairs and sing this song for me. Okay. But I realized after I got older, if I had to hurry up and learn something, if I played it all night, like when my mom used to do when I was a kid, I remembered the song. I'm like, okay. So that was a technique that I didn't even know she was giving me. But yeah, what happened was, with going to Catholic school and playing in the orchestra, you're playing Bach and Beethoven and you're exposed to classical music. So with me having, being grounded in soul music, and then going to school and, learning to read music and play an instrument, and play in the orchestra and sing in the elite choir, you know what I mean, where you're singing different types of music, gave me a rounded, I would say eclectic, it gave me an eclectic sense where I like all different types of music. So, I didn't want to be pigeonholed where, okay, you're doing just jazz, or you're doing just blues, or you're just doing R&B. So, when Norman and I were discussing, my project, it was important to me that I did jazz, blues, and R&B. So to answer your question, I do jazz, blues, R&B, gospel, pop, whatever. Okay. But my main focus is jazz, blues, and R&B.
Well, how did you meet Norman? How did that come about?
Okay. How did I meet Norman? It just seemed like he's always been there. I'm like, yeah, I think we met at a where did we meet? I think we had a meeting. I think that's where, was that the first time I met him? No, I had met him several times. There's a club on City Line Avenue that we used to go to on Tuesdays. And that was the first time that I met him. We used to go there every Tuesday, have a jam session with Lorraine Nixon. Was always so much fun. All the musicians would come, and I got a chance to meet him there. That was my first time meeting him, and I wanted to know if he knew my uncle, because he was involved with Philly International for a time as well. So I'm like, heck, I wonder if he knows. So I talked to him, for a little bit, but we were doing a project together on something else. And, he heard me sing one day and was like, why are you not recording? Okay. And I'm like, he said, well, you should be recording. And then like two days later, he called me and I was like, Star, you need to go in the studio now. You need to go in the studio now and record. And I'm like, what is the urgency? I didn't understand, Yeah. But it was a decision that I made to, step out on faith. And it was more about, with the loss, losing my mom and, and losing my dad, there was a difference in the fact that, with my dad and my uncle, I can always hear them. I can put their CD in, I can play their music, I can always hear their voice. Mm-hmm. But with my mom, I was so upset when the message machine that she left her, yes, messages on, disappeared or got erased. And I lost my mind because I couldn't hear her anymore. And I wanted to leave that legacy for my son, how I was able to just like, when you get through the grief, and I'm like, I could just play him anytime. I wanted my son to have that ability too, to just play me. He could hear me anytime, long after I'm gone. So I wanted to make sure, and to just do that, just to build that legacy and have something of my own. And that's, where that came from. But yeah, so jazz, blues, R&B, and, Mr. Connors, he's special.
Okay.
I said he has bionic ears because he goes in the studio and you're like, man, what's wrong with my ears? I don't hear none of that.
Well, you know, many of your songs, like I explained to you or talked to you a few minutes before the show began, how we've been playing a lot of your material on Philly Live Radio.
DOT.
And,
Yay.
you know, we play that material. And last week we played on Talents of Philadelphia, Who Can I Turn To? And Living All Alone. I got it. Okay.
Yes.
And what we do is we get emails from people, and they,
Uh-huh.
you know, and they'll say like, who's singing that song? I know it's not, you know, like I know it's not Phyllis Hyman, but who is it? So we got a couple good emails about those songs for you, you know. So
Yay.
it's a two phase. We do an audio and we do a video show, and we do that all for the artists.
And she's in rotation.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, Elbert told me to tell you you're in rotation, which means you can be played at any time, 24/7 on the station.
Oh, that's right, honey. Put me in rotation. Yes. And that was the song. Oh no, it was Old Friend that
Old friend, yeah.
yeah, oh my God. That one day in the studio, I said I recorded that. I came out the booth
Yeah.
and Norman Connors was down on one knee. And I'm like, you better get out from me. He was like, Star, you did it. You did it. He said, I knew you were gonna be good. I just was expecting you to be great. What?
Oh,
I'm like, oh, I was like, all right, you just trying to, you know, pump my head up. What's happening here? So we're our worst critics. We can't hear ourselves. And it wasn't until a conversation that I had with Miss Barbara Walker, who I absolutely love, and my mentor. And I was telling her that it's very, very hard for me to stay and take the accolades of a show. Like I want to do the show and then I want to disappear. Like I don't want to be around, you know, for people to comment. I don't know why. And so she told me, she said, well, that's not fair. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she said, well, it's not fair that they might want to say something to you, how it affected them, and you're taking that away from them.
oh.
I never thought about that. And I said, but it makes me feel so uncomfortable. And she said, well, it's not about you. She said, give it to God.
Okay.
I'm like, perfect. That makes it easy. Takes me out of the situation. I don't have to think about it. I'm like, listen. So now anytime anybody say anything, yes, honey, that's my Jesus. Okay. That's where I go automatically.
Good.
What happened? And Norman would be calling me. He's like, Star, how'd you get that gig? My Jesus. I didn't do anything. It's my Jesus.
and a true answer at that.
Okay.
It's all the above. But Star, did you ever, before going solo, were you ever with a group, a vocal group, or a band or something like that before you went solo?
Well, I was always in a group growing up. It was always three of us, always did that growing up. And then I, started going to, some of the spots that my uncle used to go to. And I would sing with bands. I think that's one of the things that makes me unique in that I can sing with any band, anywhere, anytime. I don't have to know the band. They don't have to know me. I can do that. And I think that was developed by me singing with so many bands, growing up and getting that exposure to that comfort level. And there was, I'm like, we were in Abington for years. I can't even remember the name of the band, but yes, I was in several bands. I got to pull up that picture. I was in several bands. And then when I decided to do my thing now, like right now, I'm like, okay, I know that I'm going to need, a touring band. So we got people in New York and, Philly. I love our Philly New York collab.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say yes. Mm-hmm.
Now do you like stay in Philadelphia for like 6 months and go away to London for 6 months? How do you do that overseas, that London thing?
Oh, well, my goal right now is, you know, to do the one thing, you know, to tour, you know,
Okay.
to tour more. I really, you know, want to experience that, where I'm really actually doing nothing but my music. I want to know what that's like because I've always worked and sang and, you know, been a basketball coach, you know what I mean? So I've
Yeah,
always been
I
all
understand.
balls in the
I
air,
understand.
juggling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to do that, but, you know, it would just be like 3 weeks, you know,
Okay.
in London, 2 weeks in London, you know, that kind of thing. So I was able to go to Switzerland, you know, so that was really unique. Um, Met some great people there as well. But I think my favorite trip was Italy.
Okay. Tell us.
And that wasn't for music, that was actually for vacation, but it was for shopping stuff. You know, so it was kind of a double
Mhm.
business pleasure situation. And we went from Rome, we flew into Rome, went from Rome to Florence, Florence to Venice, and Venice to Milan.
Mm.
And honey child, I fell in love with Venice. I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful there. And the food is just so good. And it's so light. It's light and airy. Every time I go to Europe, I lose weight. Um, they don't have all the stuff in their food. Their food is way cleaner. I lose weight every time I go. But love their food, love the people. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my London family. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Pat. Hey, Doris. I'm like, hey, family, miss you guys. Can't wait to come back and see you. But yeah, so my next venture was supposed to be Paris for a new club opening. And so I'm hoping that that is still a go because it was all shut down. But now my latest conversation is that they're moving forward again with opening the club.
Mhm.
So that would be great because then I could have my CD release party there. And,
And then
you
we're gonna
know,
miss it here. You're gonna have one here too.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But it's weird because, you know, for my Classy and Soulful CD, my first release was in London. It went from London to New York to New Jersey and then Philly. So
Okay.
that was really interesting how that came about because I didn't plan it. That was my Jesus yet again.
Mm. Well, when you well now since the pandemic, let's say we hope it's over, it's almost over, and things are supposed to be opening up, and I guess it's opening up like everywhere. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now are you getting bookings? I know you're supposed to be at Kelsey's sometime. Is it next
Yes. Yes, I'm
Kelsey?
going to be at Kelsey's doing my show June 13th and July 7th. I'm going to be doing Tony Jones' show on May 30th. And, you know, we have a song that he's written that he wrote for Nina Simone. So I'm excited. You know, we were in the studio and I saw that little tear in his
Oh,
eye. Okay, I saw it. So I was really you know, excited that he said that song is for you, Star. That's definitely for you. And he sent me a text that night and said Nina would be proud. What?
and that's May 30th.
May 30th.
And where is it?
May 30th, we're at Kelsey's.
At Kelsey's. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
30th.
So we may test it out there.
Oh, I hope so. It
Yeah.
sounds like it's a great song.
It
And
is. He's writing his booty off. I'm like, I love it. I fell in love with it back in 2019 when we were working so much together, because that was right after, my release. And so everything was, we were just on and popping with, everywhere, over in Jersey with NAM events. Shout out Nancy. Hey, Hunty. Shout out Rena. Hey, girls. And shout out for Wilson's. I'm really excited about Wilson's Jazz opening up. So can't wait for that. Great things are happening, great food. Shout out to Mr. Jordan Johnson, preparing all of that seafood. Yes, darling. Mwah.
Okay, let's take a moment out and let's recognize. I have to get closer because I can't see that well. So let me get closer. Let's see who we have here.
Who we got?
We have Karen Smith. Karen Smith.
Hey, Karen. That's my drummer. She did all of my Soulful Sundays during the pandemic. So I appreciate her. She's a big heart and she has appley pies.
Oh, she's the one. And you know what Karen is saying? She said, take me with you overseas. She said she loves Europe. Take her with you overseas. Okay. Barbara Berger saying, I like Venus too. Did the Venice too? Did the, what's this here word here? I can't even, wait a minute. Gondola ride.
Gondola.
Okay, so you guys
yes.
know. What does that mean?
It's a boat.
Okay.
It's a gondola. And they kind of just stare it from, it's a beautiful ride. But everything is a ride in Venice, you know what I mean? They have the water boat, the water taxi, but it's a very romantic, they have on their striped shirts and it's just really, really beautiful. I have some great pictures by the water. I love, love, love Venice. Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could just twinkle my nose and be right there.
And Terry Price Grant is saying, hey, Doris. Hi, Terry. Julia Pierre.
Hi, Jewels.
Awesome.
Thanks, Hunty.
And Karen Smith is saying, hey there. Thanks for the plug.
Karen's appley pie. Karen's appley pie.
She said, oh,
hot from the oven, filled with some loving. Karen's appley pie. Look, you're gonna have to pay me for that jingle, Karen.
Julia is saying the Bay Cafe.
Yes. Okay.
Now, where is that? Where's the Bay Cafe?
Listen, this is unique. I'm so glad she said that, because during the pandemic, we're stuck in the house. And, my very first live, when I went live, I was so uncomfortable. I'm a shout out to Kimmy, my girl, Kimmy. Thank you so much. Because she was like, Star, you got to just go live. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, I've been thinking about it, but I was like, oh, it just feels so uncomfortable. But, like they say, you grow when you're uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not going to continue to grow. So I bit the bullet and I did it. The Soulful Sunday Music. So I named it my Soulful Sunday Music. I would do it on Sundays. I had Mark Johnson on keys. And he would come and Karen would come, and then my niece would come and hold the camera and stuff for me, and, I would fix food for them and stuff. So it was, it became fun. But Roz Nixon, promoter in New York, she's amazing, love her. But she called me no sooner than we wrapped, and she's like, where are you? She was like, I feel like I was watching, one of the New York hotel cafes. And I'm like, really? Because I was like, I was not happy with it. I'm like, it just made me cringe. And she's like, yeah, it's like a cafe. And I was like, yeah, well, if it's like a cafe, I was like the Bay Cafe. And that's where the Bay Cafe was birthed.
Okay.
So we didn't birth a place into existence.
Tangeray Hayward says, hi, superstar. Hey, superstar.
Hey, Tangy. What's up, girl? Thank you, sweetie. Love that baby girl. Give her a big hug for me.
Okay, and Barbara Berger is saying, and the sing in Italian.
Ooh. No. But that's such a good idea because Italian and French are just so sexy. It's like it's really a sexy sound.
Yeah.
Italian men really love us. And I'm like, but it's so sexy. It's very, very sexy sounding.
Well, you know, Barbara Berger, she probably could sing it. I mean, she sings everything. She's such a great singer. Okay. I've known her for years.
Well, I
So
might need to hang out with her for a while.
she's really great. So, okay, Barb. And then Karen Smith. Hi, Karen. How are you? And Karen is saying that's the jingle. And she has dollar signs in behind it. Harfez. Hi, Harfez. He's saying, hello, Doris, Gil, and Miss Bay. Great voice. Love you guys and God bless.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Finnegan is saying, hey, y'all. Hey, Rena. Okay.
Hey, Rena. Rena, I'm going to call you. I did get your message. I'm calling.
Don't be apologizing now. I told Eddie Holman that you said hello, and he said he's going to call you back.
Yes, he did call me. I do have to call him back. Yes, okay. I was like, I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed because I got to get up early. I got to go in the studio. So yeah, I'm going to call him back.
Now, Starlene, how do you go about choosing which producer produces which song? How do you choose them?
That is actually been a process because, you know, working with Norman Connors, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the studio. I learned a lot about the music and how things cohesively go together. You know, I learned about how good I am in the studio. But there's some things that you just will never, ever know because that's not your lane. So I'm like, it's really difficult. And so for this project, I really felt like because of the type of song that it was, I think I choosing by the type of song.
Okay.
The type of song that this is, you know, it's a jazzy, Feeling Blasé is a jazzy, funky thing. It's like a jazz funk. I don't even know what genre it is.
And we can't wait to hear that.
Okay. Yes, but because of, you know, me wanting to really take the time to learn, like I did with Norman to learn the process, you know, I thought that I should go with someone who knew me. Okay. And who knew me well. And so I went to Johnny and, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm back. I'm like, so, you know, let's do this thing, you know, and it has been extreme, you know, working with him because he actually takes the time to explain things to me and how they cohesively go together, which is what I needed for an original, because I didn't know what that process was going to be like, because even though I've written, I didn't record my own stuff. So now it seems like I'm singing somebody else's song. It doesn't feel like I'm singing my own song. But it's a funky twist. It's like, it's a beautiful song. And then it's just got this funky twist that I can't wait to share.
So you choose your producers basically on the type of song it is.
Yes, the type of song and the type of sound that they produce. Like, you know, because some people are very good, you know, at putting together a beautiful ballad. And some people got that, you know, that funk flair. And then some musicians are different. So if you have a musician who, you know, is totally piano, you know, and can do all these amazing things with the piano. Like I love, you know, how Adam Falk plays. There's a song that I have that to me is him, because of how he plays. But when you want that spice, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, then you need to be in the pocket, and Johnny thinks in the pocket because as a drummer and a piano player and a bass player and a guitar player and a producer, I'm like, this man is be all end all, And I say the same thing about him, that he has like bionic ears. He hears things that I could never. I'm like, how do you, it's just special. It's gifted. It's what it is. And I think, it's a process in learning. So I'm always open to learn new things, and not be be able to tell you this is exactly how I want to do it. Now I will bring you my vision, and my interpretation, and then I need you to grow the music around me. And that's kind of what I'm looking for.
That's good.
Yeah, and then just having the best musicians, I mean, I give it up to every last one of them, to Tony Jones, to John, to Jason Patterson, all the guys on my Classy and Soulful CD. Matter of fact, Classy and Soulful is available on all streams. Go get it. And on Amazon and Targets. Okay, go to Target and get my CD. It is out there.
Well, sometimes, and I'm stuck on this producer thing, because sometimes producers, they don't give you a say-so in what you do. They say, well, this is how I want you to do it. Just do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you ever run across a producer that says, Starlene, this is how I want the song. Just do it this way? And if you have,
I have.
How did you handle it?
I think there are different aspects, that they hear things differently. And it's everything to me is a collaboration. You have to be willing to, if you have chosen that producer because of their sound, you have to be willing to allow them to do their job. You know what I mean? You can't keep overruling them because you need their expertise. So like with Jay, some things I can't see. I'm like, what? Huh? Okay. And then I remember him saying, you got to trust me, and I don't trust everybody. Believe me, I don't. But him, I do. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So you just bite the bullet and just do what they say. And then, you know what I mean? And then when they pull it all together, you're like, oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. Right. But they compartmentalize in a really unique way. And they're able to compartmentalize all of those little details and then bring it out. And you're like, oh, okay, okay, now I love you. Like I was sitting there like, I don't know about that. But yes, so it is a process. You just have to really try to pick the right guy. And then somebody who is going to collaborate with you, who's going to listen to you, that is going to encompass what it is that you want to do, and then do what they do.
Okay. And that's good to let up and coming artists and divas know that. Divas, because a lot of they want to come and run the show, but sometimes you just need to listen.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let go. Let go and let God. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let God, because I don't know. I'm like, you don't know everything. You know what I mean? If that's your field of expertise, I'm gonna let you do you. Okay.
Now, how about how did you get into acting?
Well, that started with an organization I was with years ago, with entrancement, and one of our members was into filming. So we did some films and we did some plays, and so I got a chance to be on Channel 6 and stuff. And from doing that, when Oprah was looking for acts and extras and stuff, they called me. So I was able to go and do Beloved. That was one crazy experience, you know what I mean? Because you got to get up 3 o'clock in the morning and, you know, get on the bus and get there. And then you go through wardrobe and watching people, you know, we all sleep on the bus, right? Knocked out. Like it's 3 o'clock, it's still dark outside. So we all sleep on the bus. We get to, someplace in Maryland. We go like, okay, we go in the door for wardrobe. Now we had the, you know, the fitting and everything and tried the dress on and everything. And they had, you know, it's a timepiece. So, you know, it was old fashioned clothes, you know, and they had the bustle that goes on the back. I was like, listen, hunty, my mama already blessed me. I do not need that bustle. Please tell me I don't have to wear that.
Okay.
But it was really unique watching how, you know, you go through wardrobe and they come out on the other side looking completely different. Like, I mean, the guys that were in, I'm like, he came out, you know, looking like this burly guy with the hair. I was like, wow, look at us. You know, we had our little cool hats on and our dresses was so beautiful. And then just being able to be on the set with Danny Glover and Kimberly Elise. And
Oh man, I bet you that was a great experience.
it really was. And the food was good too. Although they killed my feet. Like I was like, oh my God, because they gotta wait for the sun to set. They gotta put it's a lot of work. I said, no wonder all the movies are perfect. It's because they do it 5,000 times. You know, so I got that you know, had those experiences. And then I started doing a few plays. I was actually able to do a couple of Rick Watson's plays, you know, so Rick is also from South Philly. And so I got a chance to act. I was the doctor and sing in his play as well. And then just did a pilot in New York. So I'm like, okay, you know, some of the things are, you know, coming back. So I'm really looking forward to, you know, what's next. Because I'm like, yeah, that's a skill that I have as well.
Well, see that, and you're saying what's next. You have so many different transferable skills to choose from. You can go right, left. You can write songs. You can sing. You can act. You're going to produce after a while. You'll be,
oh my gosh.
You say, now I'm producing my own thing now. I'm putting it all together and I'm coming out with Starlene, right? So I'm going to listen for that because that's coming soon. But what can we expect like in the next couple months? Can we expect an album from you? More
You'll be able to expect a single. Feeling Blase will be out. So Many Nights will be out. There's a possibility that Back Home will also be out in the next couple of months. And if things go well, and I Love You also will be out. So that's like, you know, 4 or 5 songs that's coming this year. So, and then I'm also working on, it's funny how life is and how it goes in a circle, because when I was a teenager, Alfie Pollard pulled me in the studio with Stacey Harcum, Gerald Beasley. I didn't even know who these guys were at the time. Bayard Lancaster, the amazing saxophone player. And we did this song. It's called You're My Special Someone. And we talked recently about re-releasing it. So looking to re-record that also. So I'm on a couple other people's projects, and then I have my own project. So, you know, the collaboration is real. And I'm hoping I'm speaking into existence this girl thing that we're talking about, you know, doing with all women, just to show you the divas and what they do when we all, you know, cohesively do stuff together, you know, and Miss Tangeray Hayward is in the house. So her and I, but I'm just excited. It's just something that we popped up with in our podcast. And so I'm excited about, oh yeah, and I'm podcasting too.
Okay.
Isn't that special?
Do you do that on a particular day?
That is every Wednesday. It's
Okay.
the sister chat. I would suggest that you guys tune in. It's me and Miss Shauna Hall Williams. I'm excited because she's a beautiful person and we just have a blast. And it was strange how that came about. Matter of fact, you were a catalyst for that.
Yes.
Yes, because of the musicians event that we did, just supporting musicians. And then when we did the Christmas show and we were just all together and just had such a great time. And then, after the show, we were cutting up as we do. So I was like, oh, I got somebody else to cut up with. It was me, her, you, Andrea, and Miss Whittington. Yes. So I'm like, hey, Whittington. And oh my God, I definitely have to say how beautiful a person Andrea is. And she's so supportive and so sweet. And I have nothing but good things to say about her. She's such a beautiful soul.
And I talk to her almost every single day, and she catches all my mistakes. And she said, Doris, do you know you were on Facebook the other day and you weren't supposed to be on Facebook? And I said, I know it's on. I said, well, we were practicing. So I said, Andre, I'm going to go off. I'm going to go when I get off here. I'm going to take it off. So she called, did you take it off? I said, I took it off.
And she just reminds me of
wonderful.
She reminds me of how my girlfriends in London are, how sweet their personalities are and how they speak.
Okay.
And they just speak very eloquently and very sweetly in London. And you cannot talk to Andrea without her calling you some kind of sweetie, honey, baby sugar. Yes. So I'll be like, yes, darling. How you, sweetie? Yes, hunty. She's the best.
Okay. Now let me take 1 second. Let me go back here and let me see. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Rena said the $1 million question. I don't know what question that was. Starlene, your personality. This is from Renee Hartland Fuller.
Oh.
Says, Starlene, your personality and voice are so wonderful. So proud of you. I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, thanks, Renee.
And Rena Chanel, hi, Rena. She said, hi, Doris. Hey, beautiful. God bless you. So thank you all for joining in and, joining in and supporting us tonight with Starlene Bey, because she's really a terrific person, very, very talented. She does a whole lot of stuff, and she's going to keep on doing a whole lot of stuff. She's going to be producing, arranging, and she may come back at one of you guys and get one of you and produce you soon.
Okay, look, have my own record company. But before any of that, I'm going on a cruise ship. Okay, I don't care what had happened before. I'm like, I got to get that back. I'm going to spend some time on a cruise ship, and I might be gone for like 3 months. Okay.
But you'll be singing and stuff on a cruise ship.
Yes.
Yeah, and the food will be good, right, Gil?
Yes. Listen.
You'll be singing on a cruise ship.
Yes. And then, we were talking about that with my aunt, because she also loved the cruise. And we're like, she was like, don't put me on a home. She was like, I'm retiring on a cruise ship. And we're like, okay. That's interesting. But when you think about it, if you were to put somebody in a home, how much it would cost, you might as well be on a cruise ship. You got your doctor, you got your food, you got your room. You know what I mean? It's like everything you need is right there. And you get to visit all these islands. Okay, well, I'm going to stay on a cruise ship. I'm going to hop from ship to ship.
That's really wonderful. But what I want to ask you a couple more things because time is running out. But give me some of the pros and cons of the business that you encounter.
Well,
Is that
the
right?
pros are just being able to do what you love. The pros are meeting so many wonderful people and connecting with some amazing musicians. Some of the cons are in this industry, I'm did the healthcare industry, insurance, and, getting my degree in that, everything is what it is. Your degree is your degree. What you do is what you do. Your title is your title. You've earned that title.
Mm-hmm.
In the music industry, I found that is not necessarily true. It's so wide open that people have the ability to title themselves as a producer, title themselves as a promoter, and they are not. What a producer really does and what a promoter really does, all of those things are important. And you can just say you're doing stuff that you're not doing. So I'm like, it's too many lies in the music industry. That's where I'm just gonna go with, and that's the one negative that I have. So that's just something that I pray about, to just bring like-minded people around me, just bring the beautiful people around me. Like I have the absolute and utmost respect, for our Philly divas, Miss Barbara Walker, Miss Sherry Wilson Butler, Miss Denise King, Miss Val Ray Sturgis, Miss Kathy Roberts, Miss Keisha Brown, Miss Juanita Holiday, those women. I'm getting Miss Brenda Smith. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. If it wasn't for Barbara Walker, I might not have moved into the jazz realm and to see the difference between jazz and R&B. I might not have met Keisha Brown, who then took me under her wing too, and cast me in her play, The Dinah Washington Story, where I got to play Miss Dinah Washington. So I would have not learned all of her music, all of the music that Keisha gave me these songs. Just do it. I'm like, she's yeah. A little crazy. Yeah. Keisha was, listen, but I'm gonna tell you, when I tell you the absolute best show, you go to a Keisha Brown show, your jaws hurt. Like it's so entertaining. She was like the best entertainer. So I just want to give a shout out to all of the Philly divas, for their tutelage, you know what I mean? For just allowing me to be in their presence and, supporting me and having that, confidence and having someone to really look up to. Okay. And then to have that support now, it really feels good. So I was so excited to, go to Denise King's balloon ceremony, which was so beautiful. And then the divas was there. Oh no, you're not. Oh no, you're not. Oh, you here. Oh my God. We like, just hugging each other was so cool. And then we went out to dinner, man. I laughed so freaking hard. So thanks, Val, Kathy, and Sherry Wilson Butler. We had a really, really, really good time. And Sherry said something empowering to me also that stuck with me. Because when I joined Diva Nation in Philly, our Philly Diva Nations, we had an event at the Clef Club. Okay. Right. So Miss Carol Harris was on stage singing, and she is like the be all end all when it comes to scatting. But I love how she like gets her whole body into, like, I just love how she performs. And it was amazing to me to hear her. And so I happened to sit next to Sherry, and I was like, oh my God, this is just like so cool. I love it. I was like, I love that what you guys do. And she's like, well, you know why? And I'm like, no, why? This is just like so cool. She's like, because what you're talking about, we do, you do it too.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes, yes.
What you talking about, Sherry? She's like, she just bust out laughing like, you are so crazy. I'm like, what you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, like I'm literally like a child when Barbara Walker performs. I'm so excited. And we have this magic that happens when we're on stage together. But when she said that, when Sherry said that to me, I was like floored because I'm like, well, like you have it too. Wait, that thing that you, which, no. I couldn't even accept it, but I needed to hear it. So it's so funny how when you're ready, like God allows somebody to tell you and he allows you to get it. Like that probably would have went past my head on another day. But on that day, it meant absolutely so much to me. So thank you, Sherry. You don't even know how much that meant to me. She said, but I love your work ethic, so to have somebody like that tell you something like that, what? Okay, when you're somebody that you absolutely respect and love their talent and they give you any kind of nugget, any kind of golden nugget, I call them, or compliment on your work, it is extra. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, my family member said it. You know what I mean? They have real ears and they really know what they're doing. So to have that, it's like a teacher telling you you did a good job. It just it feels good.
People can see what you do and they can hear what you do much better than you can.
Yeah, we can.
You're the hardest person on yourself.
Your peers.
Okay.
Yes.
And so people can see, how you are and what you do, and you're complimenting all these people around you, but you deserve the compliments too. You're part of the legend, and that's something that people can see. And as I interview like maybe 200 people, whatever, it's been so many of you guys, the talent never stops. Okay. It never stops. We'll say, well, we went through this person, this and this group and this group, who's next? But you know what, Starlene? It's always more talent. And the talent ends up being just as good as the last talent, So all you guys are talented. And it makes me feel proud that I've been able to meet with such talented, gifted people, and they just keep going on and on. And the pandemic didn't shut us down. It just stopped us for a moment. Because you know what? You're ready to go again. And you know what? You're going to be better than ever because you had a chance to sit down and think and maybe do things in a different way.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm with you all the way.
So right? I must say, kudos to you, for your concept, for thinking about doing a show to honor, the music that we love. Because, the music has gone so left, they've taken the heart out of it. They've taken the feeling out of it. You know what I mean? It's like bam, bam in your face. It's all about the beat and not about the lyrics and not about a message, so for me, it's a message in the music. So I'm like, well, I'm not hearing what I want, so I'm going to write it. So thank you for taking the time to have the indie show, to put us down. That means the world to us because it's not happening everywhere. So we definitely respect you and what you've done and what you've accomplished. And then the fact that you're giving back. You're giving that back in the children, pouring into them. And welcome to the Juneteenth family. Hey, my Juneteenth family. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Kofi.
I'm into something else.
Yes, welcome. Because one thing that's important to me is that you do something that's greater than yourself.
Yes.
I've always been a volunteer. I was an advocate and ambassador for my job on reaching out to people. I'm an advocate for pancreatic cancer, which is what my mom passed away from. So I just want people to realize, that it's not all about just one thing. It's not just your family. It's not just you. Like, you have to reach out to do something that's greater than yourself. It will all come back to you, but
Yes.
just do something. Give of your time, give your money if you can, but you can always give time. There's time and space to do things. So I want to just, kind of, put that out there, because we're like, okay, this show, that show, it's not just about those shows. It's about a legacy that I want to leave. It's about a legacy that you want to leave. You know what I mean? It's like, so somebody, when you're not here, when I'm not here, this will still be here. All of those interviews that you did will continue to live on. All of the shows are not going, nobody's going to be able to see the show unless you recorded it. But the music that you record is going to live on after you're gone. So that legacy alone is something to be honored. So I'm looking forward, to the next chapter, to collaborating, with some really great people. And I do pray the prayer of discernment. Thank you very much, Michelle. And I do make sure that, I keep positive people around me. So if you got drama and negativity, keep on walking, because I'm not dealing with it. Okay. And I am South Philly. So, we don't take no shiznick.
Well, on that note, I'm going to have to end. Gilbert's over here saying you're running over time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, he's talking to me. But I enjoyed this interview, and I will stay connected, and we will do bigger and better things, okay?
Yes. Listen up for Feeling Blasé coming your way.
Okay, thank you, Starlene.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.